wanna leave. I cheat up the river with Judas. Tearing down the bell of his gun. Yes, he shot me down. I died and someone brought me back to life, but never to my senses. Bounce on that shit, damn. Bounce on that shit, damn.
Hello, welcome in. Hello. Okay, so I know it was supposed to be just the David and Celeste case, but I decided for us to go into other things. Today, we're going to chat about a lot instead of just doing multiple lives because it makes sense, okay? So I have decided to do that because I don't want to push so much into it, and we're going to get right into it. Now I saw people, shout out to Amber, when people were saying that Diddy was pardoned. He's not yet, but I'm gonna tell you who they tried to pardon today, and the Supreme Court said, hell no, she can't go, right? So Giselle Maxwell got asked to be pardoned along with Diddy. Supreme Court decided to say, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. She gonna sit her tail right where she at. No ma'am. We're gonna read it. Let me see if I can, you know what? Let me go back because I want to do the New York Times. Let me see who we can pull up with it. We're going to do CNN. They rejected her today from getting about them gates. They say, no, ma'am. They say, no, ma'am, no ham, no turkey, baby. You finna sit down in there. Now, I want to say this before we get into it. A lot of people said that 50 Cent wrote a letter. I told y'all before, 50 Cent did put some money for Diddy to not get pardoned, but it's not going to happen because right now the focus with all this stuff going on is this woman and her man in them files. They are the major focus for why all this going on to take away from. I had showed a video before, a lady who stayed near them next door. Hey, she said that there were people there that we know of, all right, that will come out late at night and they'll have parties. I just saw, we're going to watch the young lady who just came out and said that she basically was told, met Epstein at 14. And she also said this lady here with the bob, she called the lady with the bob. And it was another person who was Gene, I forgot his name. And he said what his name wasn't lied. They would lie about their names to capture these young ladies and have them be there to work and have other things with these people. She was sentenced. So let's go back to Miss Maxwell. Miss Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. They were grooming and actually abusing underage girls. So she sent an appeal to the Supreme Court because her dear friend was finna pardon her. Well, Supreme Court say, no, ma'am. We're of course deeply disappointed that the Supreme Court declined to hear Maxwell case. They don't want to hear that, baby. This fight isn't over. Serious legal and factual issues remain, and we will continue to pursue every avenue available to ensure that the justice is done. So basically, they say, no, ma'am, she can't come out. She had too many victims. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. She had way too many victims, and she got 20. Now, Epstein was subject to be life. And this is why so much is going on, because he would want to pardon her for it not to come out. If he pardoned her, she is in great deed. Nobody got to talk about the files. But here's the thing, that ain't happening. Let me find this young lady post. She was talking about how she met them. Let me see. I think I know what her name is. Let me go to my notifications. I think I can find her. She was saying how she met them at an early age. She was 14. I have her. No, that ain't her. Let me see if I can find her, y'all. Give me a minute. She was 14. And
another side to her.
I am
Once I find I'm a story, I'm gonna put it. I don't forgot her name, but I'm gonna put it up in the in the shorts. She said she was 14 when she met them, including Maxwell, and they lied about her name. So that happened, and that is what was going on, right? She said that they lied to her about a lot of things. She's getting more into her story. We're gonna do a live about her too. I'm gonna find her page, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the pastor in Texas found Pastor Robert Morris. Bring your tail to the front. He pled guilty to child abuse today. He sure did. His other friend, yep, his other friend. He also loves so much, him too. So let's go into what he did. So Robert Morris has a church here, a big mega church here in the state of Texas. He is served to 10 years, but they're giving him 6 months in jail and probation for the rest of the year. Very sad for what I don't know. He found one of the largest country congregations in the country pled guilty on Thursday to sexual abusing a girl of 12 in Oklahoma. From what they saying is, he was 64. He entered the guilty plea during a hearing on Thursday, admitting to felony charges of lewd or indecent acts with a child. As part of the plea agreement, the former leader of Gateway Church was handed a 10-year sentence. Oh, so this the church. Oh, that wonder why they were helping people. But will only serve 6 months. He must also register as an ex-offender and pay $250,000 in restitution. From what is understanding, he started messing with this young girl. Hey Terry, at 8 years old until she was 12. And it came out with all this information, as they said, that this, came out last year. And I remember hearing about it, and he was like, he didn't do nothing. Oh, he would never do that as a man of God. Yes. So he was detained last year for it. The victim came out and spoke out. She is now 5 years old. She accused him in 2024, and she came out and said exactly what he was doing to her. So he is now serving 10 years. And here's the thing. I don't want nobody to be happy if such and such get pardoned. Diddy, I'm going to tell you why. It's only to sway for a 2028 vote. I want y'all to remember that. But I don't think it's going to go that way. If he get out, I really don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But it's only to sway that. All right, now let's get into some new information, because I got 2 long things that's going to take forever to talk about. So we're going to get into it. So there were some things coming about the little girl that was with David, who is now innocent. He's not getting any charges on unaliving Celeste. He's not. Supposedly autopsy was they did an autopsy. They found out that she apparently had supposedly an overdose, and she passed away that way. Now, there are some videos coming out about this young lady. I don't know why it pertains to this. I don't know what made them put this out, but it's very sad. I'm going to go to it. They're also showing that she was a troubled teen. I don't know why they felt like this was how she would call people the N-word on his thing, on his streams. They did have her funeral, I believe today, so we're gonna look at that. But yeah, it's very interesting and sad.
Celeste Riva's family and friends laid her to rest today and said their final goodbye. In September, teenager Celeste Riva's remains were found in singer David's Tesla, and today she was finally laid to rest. She was only 14 when her body was discovered in a state of advanced decay. And today she was surrounded by friends and family at the Queen of Heaven Cemetery and Mortuary in Roland Heights. And honestly, as of now, this case has left a lot of people with more questions than answers. Like, I'm always getting asked, like, is there any updates? While there's been updates about police visiting her family home several times since 2022, there has been no updates when it comes to suspects. Obviously, we know that David has gone radio silent. He canceled his international tour, the remaining of his US tour. But the last statement that the LAPD had given in regards to suspects in this case, they said that the county medical examiner has not yet determined the cause of manner of Miss Riva Hernandez's death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. I pray that they're just working a lot behind the scenes in order to get justice for Celeste, and may she finally rest in peace. Celeste Riva's family and friends.
Okay. So, yeah, it's let me see if I can find it, because they were trying to say she was a troubled teen. She was saying, man, they got videos of this girl at folks' house. Let me see. And the reason why he's walking away without any charges is because basically it was a drug overdose. Now this is her at somebody else. This is her at some people's house cussing and raving and stuff. And I'm finna show y'all. This is crazy because obviously I don't know.
All the way up to the end?
Right there. I'll tell you where that. See that door right there? Number 2, not on it. Number 2 right there.
Let me talk real quick, okay? You gonna let me talk?
I ain't gonna let you talk.
No, you ain't gonna let me talk. Why you not gonna let me talk? You tripping. Nah, you tripping. How about you ain't tripping? You gonna let a woman talk? Alright, I'm not gonna let your woman talk.
Why is she over here? Again.
Your little house, you don't even got a house.
Hey, bro.
You talking?
Yeah, ain't nobody black right here, homie. We're Southsiders right here, homie. We're Southsiders here. Get it right, homegirl. Shut up with your black talking. Shut up. You talking like you black, girl, with your black talking. Yeah. Yeah. Ain't nobody black right here. What are you talking about? I said we're not black over here. Why you keep calling us? You keep saying this. We're not black. Hey, let it go. Go back to your house. Go back to your house. You're not doing nothing, bro. What you gonna do? You ain't no gangster. You ain't nothing, you know what I mean? What you are? What you are but a little girl? What you but a little girl? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't go home.
You need to go home. Seriously.
I'm not Mexican. I'm Salvador and you tripping.
Oh my god.
Not because you tripping. Move this out of here.
You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit. You better get over there. Get your over there, little girl. Go there, little girl. You ain't gonna do shit. Go. Go. What are you gonna do, bro?
Go call her dad, babe.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, little girl?
So basically, they're basically trying to show that she was a troubled teen. They're basically trying to show that this is what she does. She, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of people saw that she was there the night of his concert and there was some arguments going on. It's just going to be unanswered things going on. Very unanswered. And they're starting to try to get more into her background of how she grew up, where her parents are letting her doing things they want her to do. Like she was just being grown so fast. So it is very, very, very sad. I hope they do get answers, but he is not being charged. He is innocent because of the drug overdose. Now, from what we're hearing, after that situation, he had cleaners come in and do a full sweep and clean the house. They're looking for everything. They're still trying to see what they can find. I guess the detectives feel like he still is still something about him that isn't right because of hearsay. But it's very sad. And I don't think we're gonna get answers right now. It's gonna be a while before we get any. And before we get a bit to Romika with all the new stuff going on, I do want to talk about the 5-year-old that is being sued. Yes, you heard what I said, by HOA in Orlando, Florida. And I've talked to plenty of people. Um, the mom's name is Ashley. She's a podcaster. Let me see, because I think I follow her. Let me go to her page. And the 5-year-old is being sued for touching a darn tree by the HOA. The lady is trying to kick the 5-year-old out of the home when this lady has brought this home herself. Let me see. Let me go to 5-year-old HOA. And it's so sad because he just went and touched the tree, y'all. And she wants to kick the parents out. This is going on in Orlando, Florida. Let me see if I can go to her page. Now the news is starting to pick it up. Here we go. So this mom, her name is Ariel. I'm sorry. Ariel, I don't know why I thought it was Ashley. Ariel brought a home. She has a podcast in Orlando. She's lives in Orlando, Florida. She has a major podcast. And it's her and I think it's her and the two other ladies. They do shows all the time. And Ariel, basically is a mom. She's done. Let me show you her kids. Let me show you her page. She's a very great, like she's doing her thing, being a mom, y'all. This is her. She's a mom of, I believe, five kids. Single mom of 5. She lives in Orlando, Florida. She has This Too Shall Pass podcast. Now, the reason I want to talk about this before we get into Romika, I've lived in Orlando. I believe last year, the year before last, I've talked about how my son and my niece, who were at the time 14 and 15, had experienced being harassed by a white woman. So I believe her telling this story. And they were harassed, and she circled around a parking lot harassing them at the time. And she called the police and stuff. We got away okay. Here's my thing. And I'm just going to be honest. I don't know what is going on in Florida. Florida is not the same. It's very draining, very police-fied. Florida used to be where you can have fun, enjoy yourself, this and that. It's not the same. And around that time growing up, I remember they would make it to where you have a good time, but you weren't finna come with all that mess, right? And this is a mess that they were keeping away from in Florida. Like, it was never like that. Florida was for everybody. I don't know what happened, but I don't like it. So we're going to let her talk. So this is the part 1.
As a Black woman, I am so tired of fighting, but also.
She said, per my HOA, I'm supposed to receive a warning in 20 business days to fix any issues. She used her unliteral power, unilateral power to go straight to the neighborhood attorneys and file paperwork. No one in the neighborhood said they seen Owen outside. No one in the neighborhood said he was a nuisance. And no one in the neighborhood said there has been any damage to a tree. She's the only person saying that the tree is damaged, and she's the only person that ever said he threw a rock. I'm going to show y'all the picture after we read this. Toward the tree, nor the rock vulture is on anyone's property. Her home is across the street from the bus stop, and she opens her window to record him every morning. Before we get that, this is Owen touching a damn tree. As y'all see.
As a black woman, I am so
when it shows this slide too, that is just Owen, who is 5, touching a tree. We're gonna let this play.
As a black woman, I am so tired of fighting. But also, as a black woman, you cannot say that people are being racist unless they call you the N-word. But the words that I will use to demonstrate and describe the story I'm about to tell you is prejudice, abuse of power, and discriminative. My name is Ariel. I busted my ass for the last 5 years to buy a home for my children as a single mother of 5. And there is a woman who is filing a complaint on my 5-year-old, who's also the same woman who sits at the head of the HOA, who does not like my 5-year-old touching a tree, and she decided to take legal action. And this is what I'm doing today to fight it. This place we're going is to the library to kill her with kindness. Thank you so much.
You're gonna either feed it through that machine or you can.
And if I need to make like 50 copies, that is fine? Or what are you thinking?
Yeah, no more than 100.
Make copies to give to every neighbor.
The fact that she has to get 50 copies and 50 flowers to prove that her son is not a nuisance and they don't know who he is insane.
Shoot an email. You can go to our website again. Type in on the bottom, scroll all the way to the bottom till you see the site.
Okay.
You're gonna type in social worker.
Okay, the bottom. Okay, and I'll send her an email. And
Yeah, first one will be library social workers. This is legal form
Yeah.
that you'll need for anything. And
Okay.
then I give you the topic about it.
Thank you so much.
So
That was so hard and embarrassing because everyone can kind of see what you're printing and see that it says lawyer and HOA, but the 2 ladies at the front were so helpful. They helped me with a lot of Orange County resources to lawyers, including family law and HOA lawyers, and they gave me their contact numbers. I'm going to call them on Monday, but now I have all 50 packets of the legal, I guess, suit she's trying to start, a photo of my son in the tree, a photo of my family, and then a photo of everyone else's garbage cans that don't seem to get fines or regulations besides mine in the comparison. This is not to get my neighbors in trouble. This is to just make everyone aware what our HOA money is being spent and used for. And I may lose, but I'm gonna go down fighting, and I have no problem paying my fines and still using my voice to say this is 100% unconstitutional and not right. So no matter how emotionally drained and sad I am, I have to keep going. And there's no better day than Sunday, which is today, to reach people at home. So we're going to go door to door and hand out the papers to everyone in my neighborhood, excluding the HOA lady's house, even though I know I'm going to bump into a few board members along the way because it says that 3 of the board members live in the neighborhood. So we're missing 1, but we're going to hit 2. This is just to put everyone on notice. HOA laws can only be pushed through, fulfilled, and seeking fines as long as they are spread out equally amongst everyone. Maybe if everyone sees that, hey, my garbage can is on that list and I don't get fined, maybe someone will say it's not right to continuously fine the black single mom that lives in the back because you don't like her 5-year-old for touching the tree.
All right.
As a black woman, I am so tired of fighting. But also, as a black woman, you cannot say that people are
crazy.
As a black woman, I am so tired of fighting. Whoever opens the door, so you give the flower to, okay?
So sorry.
You don't have to say so sorry, okay? Have I spoken to my 5-year-old? Yes. Have I told him not to do it anymore? Also, yes, but he's 5, which means he has to go the next 18 years catching the bus stop at that stop across the street from her house where she's recording him from her window. Tree is not in anyone's yard. The tree is on public property of the neighborhood. Do we have an HOA? Yes. But does the HOA say anything about kids and trees and climbing or anything? No. She's trying to twist Article 8 to be specific for this situation, and that exaggeration of the truth is also illegal. If it's not in there word for word for me to abide by, and as well as my neighbors, then you cannot expand or overreach law just so it fits your depiction of what's going on. So along with these letters, I'm going to grab some flowers from Publix since it is Sunday. There are some people we're not going to get to because they're either not going to be home or it's bad timing, and we're going to leave every letter with a flower on every doorstep and ask to be treated fairly. So we spent $22 at the public library printing all of our legal forms, and now we are at my local Publix. They usually do 3 for $12 bouquet of flowers, so maybe if I get 8 bouquets and break that down into 1 rose per house, hopefully it can work. So let's see what we can find. Flowers are secured. Sad fact, I've never even bought flowers for myself, but I'm buying them for neighbors not to kick out my 5-year-old. Thank you so much. You too. Starting to get nervous. What I'm doing is not wrong, and I have a disclaimer on the bottom of every letter so she doesn't state that I'm soliciting, but A, half of this is super embarrassing, and B, I know half of them know her, and half of them are beyond her side, and half the people are scared of the HOA and don't want to say anything. So all I can do is hope to make a difference and defend my son in the process. Again, I'm gonna pay the fine that she wants me to pay for her attorney fees to sue me and then have to counter sue. I don't know. It's a 5-year-old in a fucking tree. And everything that she wrote in that letter is one-sided and just her opinion. And that's mainly why it's really getting under my skin, is that an HOA is supposed to speak for everyone. An HOA is supposed to be for the community. So I wonder how much the community knows. So that's why I'm really...
Now, Ariel says, imagine telling someone, please speak to me, not my children. And within 24 hours, that person using HOA money to file legal action against your 5-year-old. Yes, my 5-year-old was listed in a legal complaint as a public nuisance. No prior warning, no written notice, no conversation, just retaliation because I asked an adult to stop harassing my children about property that doesn't belong to them. Now the HOA is demanding I pay attorney fees for something that was never documented, never proven, and never communicated to me as a homeowner. Excuse me. This isn't about me. It's about every parent who believes adults should address their adults, not children. And it is about every homeowner who deserves fairness, transparency, and accountability. People who claim to represent the community, and I agree. This shouldn't go that far, but as usually, that's what's going on now. So we're gonna let this play, and then we're gonna get into the rest of it.
Doing this, I don't understand how there's no breach of power or what's the steps actually report, because she's the same accuser, reporter, and filer. And I guess no one sees a problem with that. I guess it's her way or no way, so I have to now kiss the ass of the racist white woman in my neighborhood for the rest of my life because I have a 30-year mortgage, or I pay my fines and I fight. My plan is to get on the board and make sure that everyone is treated fairly, not just the people that she thinks are cool, and give her banana bread and go to her book club.
She told all her business. Now that's him touching the tree, y'all.
I know everyone is saying to fight, but I can't express to you how tired my soul is. I just want to start by saying that I know that I'm Black. And I know a lot of you are going to say that Black people don't belong in HOA communities. I haven't slept in days. At least not well. Today is October 2nd, 2025, and I have 12 days to respond. If you're new here, my name is Ariel. I bought my first home as a single mother of 5, and my HOA as of today is seeking to start legal action against my 5-year-old for touching a tree and touching a rock. They listed him under Article 7, Section 8 of the HOA and listed him to the neighborhood as a public annoyance and public nuisance to the neighborhood. So maybe call me ignorant or maybe call me naive, but I have never experienced such hatred and isolation over a child in a community. To list him as a public annoyance and nuisance when in Article 7 is usually reserved for loud parties, out of control noise complaints, or excessive parking. Not a human, not a child, for touching a tree. The head of my HOA is the only lady who is seeking this complaint. She is the only person who is recording my child every day at his public bus stop. There is no damage.
Wait till y'all see the neighbor's response. Y'all finna be like, oh, hell no.
Much to the tree, nor is he on video or record throwing a rock. She does have video of him touching the branches of the tree. She wakes up every morning at 7:30 a.m. with no children, records my child at a public bus stop for Orange County Public Schools from inside her home window. I know everyone is saying to fight, but I hope you all understand how exhausted my soul is. On Sunday, I walked my 5-year-old son to 63 houses. We walked with flowers to 63 houses in my neighborhood to show them the lawsuit that our HOA money is being used to pursue on a 5-year-old, and to ask them, A, is my son Owen a public nuisance? B, no, Owen is not a public nuisance. Or C, I do not know who Owen is. So I felt like if the neighborhood was going to list my child as a public nuisance or public annoyance to the area, I might as well ask them as the mother, what did my son do? I don't know how any of this is going to go. So I have a meeting today with my real estate agent to see how much money I would lose, how much I would fall behind if I list my house on the market and just get out. It was so embarrassing walking my child to every door. I'm going to read my policy, CCRS. I'm going to read the bylaws, the HOA guidelines for my area, how the board works, rules and regulations that you have to use before pursuing legal action against the homeowner. And I'm going to find out how she is able to do this off of one voice. I know everyone is saying to fight, but I can't express to you how tired my soul is. I just want to start by saying that I know that I'm Black. And I know a lot of you are going to say that Black people don't belong in HOA communities. I haven't slept in days.
Okay. So this is the thing that she put out. It says wrongly labeled letters call me and my kids tenants, even though the record property owner, and she knows that. By law, misuse attorney cites Article 8, Section 8. I think that's what that is. Nuisance of offensive activity to claim a 5-year-old touching a tree is public nuisance. That section was never written to the police. Normal child behavior. No proof my son damaged the tree. No proof he threw rocks. No proof he's hurt himself. Letter adjudicated plural. Letter says children, but not only children ever touch the tree. Parenting attack. Then it said the attorney fees, which she is demanding $382.16, tied to a child in the tree. Now it says here that current tenants at the University Pines property owner. So she think that she don't own her home. That's what she's saying. She don't believe she own her home. That's what that means to me. I'm just gonna be honest. Violation of children's freedom from tree and throwing rocks, rigid restrictions on activity, and then it has the matter number. Their owner and tenant firm represents University Pines property owners, homeowners in a not-for-profit federal corporation where operates and administrates in community in which Ariel is recorded title owner of above referenced property. Upon information belief, the property may be occupied by tenants, meaning she don't believe those children are hers. Okay? It has some come to our attention that you and your tenant, talking about the child like he grown, is in a violation of the preference of the provisions, of the association declaration by failing to supervise the children by allowing them to climb and swing from tree branches of the tree that the property of the association. The children have also been seen throwing rocks or objects throughout the association. It is my understanding that the branches from the magnolia tree broke. Those trees, we just saw how it was still intact. That little boy can't break that tree. So what you trying to say, ma'am? As a result of the children using the branches as a swing, as the rules of the Declaration of Covenants, conditions, and restrictions of the University Pines property of the other association, Inc. are to be followed by owners, invitees, guests, lieges, tenants, and renters of the owner, including short-term renters. She's not a short-term renter. Hey, Ariel, this is, and Dad, no, Owen is a public nuisance. This is from a neighbor. He's an adorable 5-year-old boy with tons of energy. I think I pulled up to the bus stop on the morning that the HOA folks were yelling at him to stop climbing a tree. Want to go for a walk and get coffee to discuss? Here it is. Then it says the associate will not be responsible for any of the children suffer injuries, saying that they were swinging and all of that. So as you can read it here, this is a tree. Ain't nothing broke. As you can see, there's nothing broke off. I don't know if she can afford a lawyer, but it's nothing broke off that tree. Then it says, dear neighbor, here it is. She put her name is Ariel. She put a whole thing about what was going on. The neighbor said, no, I don't believe Owen is a nuisance. This is very sad. You need to find something else to do besides messing. They need to find, you need to find, I wonder if he were a little white boy, if he would be having the same conversation, then this needs to show racism is alive and well in my neighborhood. This is wow. Then someone else said no, and it said, as someone who's taught elementary and middle school for 26 years, your son is just being a kid. This is from the flower. No one answered, but that's where she left the flower there for them on that doorstep. And then they text them because she gave them the number. And she said, on Riverton, I got your letter and flower. Thank you. Just dropped off the letter and hope it will help. So sorry that you're going through this. Please let me know how can I support you and your family. She said, Alyssa, thank you so much for your kind and support. It means the world to me and my kids right now. I'm so grateful for the neighbors like you who just reminded me we're not alone in this. Just know you're willing to stand with us. Give me so much strength. Someone say no is not a nuisance, just being a kid. This is him standing by the tree. He's not swinging, not doing anything. And this is what she wrote. And those are her kids.
Oh, we don't know, baby. We're just waiting to see if someone will answer the door, okay? We don't know.
Press 2. Please continue holding in order to report a non-emergency crime or file a police report.
Got off the bus. It was like another kindergarten, and this lady yelling at us.
What did she say when she was yelling?
She was saying like, "Get off that tree! I planted that tree for 2 days." I said, "You didn't plant this tree for 2 days. Your house is right there." And when Aaron started recording this, the husband said, "I don't care if you're recording me." And
ain't no way she planted that tree. Let me tell y'all something. I grew up in Florida. Those trees are everywhere. That is a known grown tree out of the Florida dirt.
And just say nothing, and that man said, "You better get off that tree." When we got off the bus to go home, Mom saw her. Those windows were up, and she was recording. I see his mom pulled up. She left the window.
Sure, my name is Max Rosa. I'm about 35 years. I just wanted to talk with you about the situation with the HOA and see if there's any way that we can talk with you, if we can help in any way.
All right, I just got home, opening all the flowers and putting them in this glass vase. And me and the kids are gonna walk these door to door with the letters. See how this goes. I live right here across the street. I'm your neighbor. This is Owen. He's 5. He's being sued by the HOA for being a public nuisance to the area. Okay, let's leave this.
Now, I don't know an update yet, but her story is being talked around everywhere. So, and she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. And I'm going to say this. He's 5, so you trying to be funny didn't seem right. And I'm glad that everybody is picking up on this story because people need to know how people in Orlando, Florida are. They are like this. Not all, but people like that lady are living there in Florida. One place digged up an Indian reservoir that an Indian planted and did a whole thing on their home in Florida. And their house got flooded because they felt some type of, it's just disgusting, y'all. So I pray she get the help that she need. I pray that she do, her story keeps going to everyone because it's needed. It's needed. And they need to know what the deal is. All right, y'all. So there are some updates about Miss Romika. There's a petition going around for people to sign for Miss Stain to get Cordesia to get in jail. Okay, so we're gonna play some videos of what people had to say, and then we're gonna go from there. Let's look at these updates.
Happy Sunday, TikTok. So I had to really get my bearings together so I can come back and give y'all this update on Ramika. So late last night I got the information from the podcaster from down there that I've been back and forth with. So the update is I'm gonna try to get through this without breaking down. I know the tape is gonna stop a couple times, but
I believe this is her family member. Remember we talked about her? This is her family member. Remember the Hispanic girl that was a witness? We're gonna let it play. But I believe, remember when we went on Facebook and was talking about it? She is a family member. She is a family member.
So the report that Carlos and I saw the police report and it's online too. You can see it. The incident did not happen in front of his house the way him and Holly said it did, for one. But he does live very close to the school. So it happened at the school like we thought it did. Ramika did get out the car. That part is true. But in the statement, they told Holly, a.k.a. Khadijah, and Carlos told the officers that Ramika was the aggressor. She was after the baby. She went after the baby.
Another thing, I'm going to let it play. He online as we speak saying that he needs sympathy. That man ain't back online since the truth came out. So we're going to let it play.
She was trying to hurt the baby that was in the car seat that there's no way that she could have known he was there, or he or she was in the car, because the way I need y'all to go back and look at the tape, because once I finish telling y'all go back to listen to the tape, you're going to understand it more. The tape on the scene, and pay very close attention to that Mexican guy, the Mexican or Spanish guy, what he's saying to Carlos. So, for one, more tapes came out, and now this has become a federal case, no longer local. It is federal, because I'm sure they got the evidence that this was premeditated. Yep. That's number one, allegedly, but I'm premeditated. So, for one thing that I didn't know and I found out last night, Ramika's body was, when the police arrived, they told the cops that she was coming after the baby and it was self-defense. That's number one. Go back and look at the tape. When you zoom down on Holly's slippers and zoom down on Carlos's feet, his sneakers, his Jordans, full. I'm gonna use the word ketchup, so they don't flag me on here. I'm gonna use the word ketchup when I'm talking about BLOOD. Look at their feet. She told them that she shot her way far from way. If you shot her so far, if you put her so far, how did you get all that ketchup on your shoes? How did he get all that ketchup on his shoes? So they were all, my bad, y'all. So he had her, like the guy said, he had her in a headlock. That's number one. She was, mind you, you have to, the type of GUN she had was heavy, so she fires it. She's little. She's smaller than me. It's going to give her some weight back. So if you pay attention to the guy on the scene when he's talking to Carlos, like, nigga, you had her in the headlock, bro. I saw you. His exact words was, you did it. I saw you shoot her. He wasn't talking to Holly. He was talking to Carlos. He said it twice. So some of y'all might say, it was a lot going on. He might have mistaken it. He's not going to call Holly, say him twice. He was talking to Carlos. So the way, and then another thing is, Ramika was trying to get in her car. Why was when you see him leaning over on the ground, try to fake administer help to her? That's Holly's car right next. That's Holly's car. That's not Ramika's car. Ramika's car was on the other side. The podcaster broke it down to me like I was a 4-year-old last night. And I cried. I think I went to sleep 4 o'clock this morning. I cried so hard, and it's in the pit of my stomach, because they said he was banging her with the door. They wanted to get a rise out of Ramika. They knew that. They did that. They set that up. Now it's a federal case, and he's going to be charged. I believe, and this is just me, I believe
Hey,
she got the
Teresa.
license. Of course,
Thank
this
you.
is all planned out. She got the license for him, whatever. She did have the gun in her hand. I believe that. I believe, like the podcaster said, they were all very close together.
Mm-hmm.
She boom boomed her 3 times. Okay, she was so close to him. I believe he took the joint, and I think he did it. I really did. The way it was broken down, we're gonna see how this play out on court. But the way she broke it down to me, this is so fucked up. The way she broke it down to me, that's her body was laying by Holly's car. How did she get from her car to Holly's car? She was placed there. She tried to say she was running after the car. Why is there so much ketchup on your shoes? Because y'all always both in the same vicinity. Y'all always there. That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. I had to process everything before I could tell y'all. But watch how this play out in court. Now I understand why he kept saying, "You did it, Broda. Broda, you did it. You shot her." He was talking to Carlos. He wasn't talking. We gonna see how this play out. But this is now a federal case. This is not no local no more. They're both going to jail. They're both going to jail. For you to have that that much hate for somebody in your heart, somebody that you got a whole fucking baby with, my nigga, you a piece of shit. And for her to know what she did, taking another mother away from their child, you worse. I really had to process this last night because she broke this down to me, and y'all got to go back and watch this thing.
All right, so we're gonna watch it, and then I got an update on him talking about Holly. Man, this shit here. We're gonna go to his Facebook page. Hold on. She not lying. I'm finna play it for you.
She had just finished dropping her little.
Now, y'all saw that. So she did look like she was moved. They did move that girl body. Now, before we gonna finish what her family had to say, I want to show y'all something. And he is really disgusting. I'm finna show it to you, and we're gonna go back to the updates. This is trash. This is his page. I don't know if this her, but it looked like she done got into his page because she said, my dumb ass should have lost this ugly baby. I'm such a bee." It sound like it's her. Somebody say this is a fake page, and I believe it. Somehow it was back up, and I think she came in and took this page over. Because remember when we showed this page wasn't like this. Somebody had this man page. Exactly. And I believe it was her. Because he was sharing Travel Island. I believe it was her. This is crazy. I believe she did it. Now, he either he gave his page away or somebody hacked his page, but she got into it. But then these are his charges. Hold on, y'all. Y'all gonna be shocked. This man stay in and out of jail. This was a 26. Operator required 100 feet of turn. His license was revoked. This is what they found, y'all. Domestic battery. He say, "I never hit her." Yes, he did. He got charged with domestic battery. Resisting police officer or aiding escape. domestic battery, bodily harm, and then he had an annual gun offender charge registration. This is another one. This is another one. These are all his charges. This is Travel Island. She's been talking about this a lot. This have a lot of things surfaced in the internet since the passing of Romika. I would first like to send my condolences to her family and son. Well, did not know her personally. Someone down the line, my children's father knew her and of her was once homies with her child's father. With this being said, it's brought to my attention that my children's father is now going viral, adding more fuel to this tragedy. I have also learned that he is now associating myself, our children, and my organization, Bringing Back Childhood, into his mess. I am making this status to protect me and my children. May no harm come to us due to his actions. We have no ties to him and have nothing to do with any of this. Please report anything related to my children and business a concerned mother. So the guy that said that he was her friend and she was this and that and all of that was never her friend. And basically he around here lying. Okay. So how many times you text your point across then delete your Facebook? I don't know what this is. Now, this is the Kaylin. She said she don't want no part of it. Like, she going in. All right. So now it is a federal case. I believe that he scrubbed his Facebook because it is a federal case.
I'm licensed to carry. She said that because they were going after Carlos, and she got the attention off of him and said, "I'll give," because she's licensed to carry. He's not. So I'm gonna be okay because I'm licensed to carry, and I got a restraining order. All that shit was said, bro. My heart aches so bad because she ain't had no chance. Ramika ain't had no fucking chance, my nigga. No chance. Because they knew what they wanted to do to her.
Yep.
I feel so sad. I feel so sad. I feel so sad. I wanted to get on here last night and tell y'all, but I had to process everything. And it's just fucked up because us women, we love so hard. And these niggas don't be fucking loving us. They don't give a fuck. Yo, I don't even know what to say, yo. I cannot wait to see this play out in court. I'm telling y'all, go back and listen to the tape. Zoom in on her slippers. Zoom on him on his Jordans that he had on. If she was so far away from you, all that ketchup is not going to be on your shoes. How? If you shoot a far distance, ain't no going to be on you.
Yep.
If anything, it's going to be on him. Because he was holding her in a headlock, which it was. But how it get on you? Bitch, how'd it get on you? And now these other tapes came out. Y'all going down. Y'all gonna do fair time. So baby girl, get your affairs in line. You better get somebody to watch your child. Because you're going to jail. And so the fuck is he. Gosh, y'all. This effed up my Sunday. This effed up my healing journey. Because I was trying to stop cussing, but it hurt so bad. And the fact that this... Whew. I need a shot. Literally. And I don't even drink like that.
So the police report of Holly Johnson shooting and killing Ramika Meeks has been released. The incident happened on 20 West Sunmac Road about 9:06 in the morning, okay? That is the same street that the school sits on. So for the people...
Now, somebody say that Holly violated her restraining order. She did violate her restraining order. If you have a restraining order on somebody, you violated yourself.
People that are saying she pulled up at Carlos' house, let's go ahead and knock that out, okay? The first call to the police was about a domestic dispute. And then another call came in saying that shots was fired, okay? By the time that the reporting officers got to the scene, Romika was already on the floor. Also, this is a BWC, a body web camera recorded event. When the police got there, they said that Romika was on the floor with blood basically gushing out her mouth. So they put her on the side, okay? Because you can't suffocate from blood. And I do want to mention that a witness said when Romika got shot, Carlos was picking her up and then he laid her on the floor, okay? So that's why we don't want to hear all that grieving. We don't want to hear it because you had the chance to de-escalate the situation and you had the chance to render aid to Romika, but you didn't because your other baby mother was there. According to the report, it was 3 shots let off and 1 live round in the gun, okay? They said that the gun actually jammed, so she tried to empty the clip on Romika. And another thing I want to say, that baby was in the car the whole time. That baby was in the car the whole time. The 6-month-old child is on the police report, okay? So after she shot Romika 3 to 4 times, well, 3 times because one of the bullets got jammed, she then went to her car, placed the gun with a live bullet on the floor while her child was in the car. So I'm going to go ahead and call her a bad mother right there, because what mother even fights by having a child with them? Okay? And then you have a gun and you're letting off shots with your baby with you? Okay, this ain't no, oh, she was going to get my baby. Okay, something tells me Romika got hit unexpectedly, meaning this whole thing was so unexpected, but Holly knew what was going on. Okay, she knew she was in town in Chicago. She knew she was around Romika's son's school. And I'm sure she said to Carlos, if I see your baby mama and she try me, I'm killing her. I'm shooting her. That's why she did it so quick, because it was already pre-planned. Carlos knew that. Another thing, Carlos is an annual gun offender registration. He is not supposed to be nowhere near guns, okay? So if you know in the streets, those men that are not supposed to be around weapons, they will usually go have their girlfriend go get a gun registered in her name so he could, still tote the gun, but it's registered to his girl. But my thing with the police, I'm very surprised they did not arrest him immediately, being that he was involved.
I'm finna keep it real with you with the stuff that Chicago has going on. Hey Jasmine, I really believe that they wanted this to be a federal case. Remember, I told y'all there's so much going on. It is now a federal case because it's now that that you have the National Guards and the federal over there. So now they finna take on hold of the investigation. So now both of them is finna be effed up. And I think that's why he gave away his Facebook page. And I wouldn't be surprised that we hear something by the next week or two that they are in federal custody. I am too, but I knew it was coming. Remember, I told y'all that they didn't want to take it on like that because what was going on. I truly believe they wanted to nail. I said either they want to nail them to the cross or the police don't want nothing to do with it because there's already enough going on and they knew that them folks was coming. They wanted them to get them. I knew it.
With someone's murder, he's riding around with his girl with this pistol and the baby in the car. That is enough right there to arrest him. Everything on his old mugshot is somehow similar to what happened. Domestic battery, right. Out there fighting Romika in the annual gun offender registration. Mm-hmm. So the police report of Holly Johnson shooting and killing Romika Meeks has been released. The incident happened on 20 West Sunmac Road about 9:06 in the morning, okay? That is the same street that the school sits on. So for the people...
And shout out to their mama for the Romika mama for making noise, man. Shout out. Oh, she got one here. Shout out to her. She making noise.
Man, y'all know goddamn well I was coming.
No, there's somebody else. Let's see. It hasn't seen no updates.
Photos with his children. Yes, children, plural. Different mothers carefully cropped out or photographed separately. Enter Holly Johnson. The timeline matters here. Holly enters Carlos's life sometime in early 2024. By summer, she's pregnant. By fall, she's posting photos with him, calling him her king. By winter, there's a baby. Another child for Carlos. Another woman in his orbit. But Holly was different from Romika. Where Romika sought distance, Holly sought proximity. Holly filed paperwork of a different kind. Cook County records show Holly Johnson applied for a concealed carry permit in March 2025. The application process in Illinois requires training, background checks, fingerprinting, a stated reason for needing protection. Holly completed everything by May. She had her license by June, 3 months before she'd use it. For this drama. Ramika's co-workers would later describe incidents they witnessed but never formally reported. Carlos showing up during rush hours, standing outside the windows, watching, Holly sometimes with him, sitting in the car, photos with his children, yes, children, plural, different mothers.
Watching her, but you went and got a restraining order against her so you can use it against her. That's what it sounds like to me.
To the side of Carlos' car, that's the park lane. His car is double parked, and it's another car next to Carlos's. Who can't get out? Who can't get out? Ramika can't get out.
She can't.
I just did a U-turn. I'm stuck. Now I see y'all. Fuck it. I might as well. Now y'all getting my attention. Now we're gonna go back. Just bear with me, y'all. If I'm moving a little too fast, sorry. Right? However, right? Ramika right now is in the street looking at traffic. She like, what the hell is going on? What's going on? Type shit. But they right there too, though. Right? So she can't retreat or do nothing. If she reverse, she gonna reverse into traffic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's stuck like Chuck. This is when the witness say Holly bang on her car, right? So Ramika get out the car, say, bitch, is you serious? I just dropped my son off. Ain't nobody over here for you. Let's go. Right? Like I said, this the crime scene. Now, they couldn't have blocked the end, y'all. Now I blocked out Ramika's body for a reason, right? For YouTube purposes. It's a lot of catch up on the ground, though, y'all. Pay attention to where Ramika's car is to the far left, right? Holly's car is parked. His car in front is another car by his car, right? Look how much space. Look how much space they got. Now, if you look at the picture to the right, it's at least now Ramika died by Holly's car.
Mm-hmm.
That's Holly's car. The Chevy right there, that's Holly's car, right? That's Ramika's car. If you look where Carlos is bending over at, he's between the doors. He's between the driver door and the passenger door. So much so, if he was to open up that passenger door, he was going to hit Ramika in the head.
Yep.
So much so, if you was to get out the car and you was the driver, you would have stepped on Ramika. But Ramika's car is all the way to the left. How the hell did Ramika get right there? How? To the point that the witness said he was trying to put her back in the car. And who car? Ramika all the way to the left. If Ramika died before she was trying to get put back into her car, she would have been over here to the left, y'all.
Yeah.
She to the right. True. She would have been Beyonce to the left. But pay attention, y'all. Check this out, right? If you look where the officer standing in the catch-up at, right?
Yeah.
It's about 10 feet
from what she
between Ramika's car and Holly's car. Also, if you pay attention to where Ramika's car stopped at, her front bumper is behind Holly's back wheel, right? So that means if she pulled up and stopped right there, if Ramika pulled up and stopped right there, y'all, she couldn't have seen there was a baby in the car. I'm behind your back wheel. How could I see? Now I did the arrows for y'all. How could I have Ramika seen Holly had a baby in the car to get out the car to go after a baby? If she behind the back wheel, she stopped behind the back wheel. Let me know if I'm capping, y'all. To the side of Carlos' car, that's the...
All right, y'all. Yep. That's exactly the video she was talking about. I'm going to say this. Oh, somebody else got an update. K done came back. K with the T. Let me play K with the T. Then we're going to get up out of here.
Address was at the baby school, okay? Right there on the street by the baby school. So all of that, she was the aggressor. She went to the house, all of those things. Shut up. Then I saw a video from another angle. And when I say
remember I talked about his family a week ago. Oh, she the aggressor, she this and that. His family kept saying that. Family real quiet. It's mighty strange, ain't it? Mister, I'm crying. I'm hurt.
I'm disgusted. Because Holly even stated that she went and got the pew-pew in self-defense, which is no longer self-defense when you're going to get something, girl, when nobody is harming you. You had no scratches, no bruises, no nothing. And you literally was pew-pewing that lady back to back to back, and your gun jammed. And that's why you didn't finish. And then you go and place it in the car with your 6-month-old, because on the report, the 6-month-old was on the scene as well. And you trying to tell me that you was scared and you was doing it because of what? Okay, the police dropped the ball, period. You could tell that this was pure hatred. To do it until your, come on, it jammed, buddy. You was gonna keep going and she wasn't even coming at you or anything. If y'all can't tell this was a case of envy, we gonna keep putting it in y'all face until y'all understand, until she go to trial, until she go to prison, because that is seriously where she belongs. No good mom gonna be out there carrying on in front of their kid, first and foremost. No good mom would have been okay with a woman laid out on the fucking concrete and not trying to render aid once she's down, because you're a fucking human first. Like, it's no excuse for this shit. And I promise you, we gonna get justice for Meeks. Mark my words. And
I agree. And I do believe that it is child endangerment, and I'm so glad the feds picked it up, because like I said, the DA was not doing her job. And if the DA sitting here didn't do her job because of known of who know who, the DA is in trouble too. I said what I said. Let me explain something. Ain't no man gonna put me in a position. Y'all, they're gonna be on the next episode for my man. Watch my words. Ain't no man for to have me out there like that. I'm sorry. My child come first and I come first. The children well-being come first. There's a child now without a mother. There's a 6-month-old will never have a memory with a father or a mother the way that this is going. And it is very sad. We'll never know anything about them like that because of their decisions. She was jealous of her, as we saw. She was upset, and I'm going to keep it real with you. Like I said before, he brought up conversations about Romika. She was getting mistreated because she was not Romika. And she knew that. So to her, she had to do such a thing in the fact of, because of the fact she could not be her, and because she got out of something and she the one stuck in it. That was her choice. Nobody told her to do so. She decided to do that herself. Now, what if something would have happened to your child because you got that much hatred? You don't give a damn about your baby. You give a damn about that man and keeping that man. You wanted to prove a point that you didn't want to be a single mother when you could have proved your point to not be a single mother any type of way, but that's what you wanted. Now, if you go down and he don't, which he should, if he do talk to somebody else, you can't never talk to that man again. You can't. I bet you he's sitting here sleeping with somebody else right now. That man ain't hurt. That man don't give a damn. He only hurt because he can't control her like he want to. He only hurt because he can't sit here and he know the things that he did to her is eating him up. That is why he's hurt. Y'all, I'm going to end it here. If I get any more updates, we'll talk about it later. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't think I got anything to do because I've been taking care of business as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. Young ladies, please be aware and vet who you date. Please be mindful. Please don't let no man trick you off the street, and don't let no woman trick you off. You understand? And don't do nothing to a woman where you trick yourself off the streets because of he can't control himself. All right. And the same for the men. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.
It's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally.
Birds singing in the dead of night.